Hi everyone, my name is Simoné, and today we are going to be reading Sam's Great Invention, written by Deborah Kelly and illustrated by Jacqueline East. "Hi Sam," said Dad, ruffling the top of Sam's head. "How was school?" "Awesome," said Sam. He finished his milk and pointed to a new library book he'd taken out of his school bag to show Dad. "That book looks interesting," said Dad. He put Sam's baby sister, Amy, in her high chair and started making sandwiches. "What's it about?" "Inventions," said Sam. He showed Dad the title of the book. "Things that people have made to help make life better, like washing machines, airplanes, telephones, computers, and the internet." Dad gave Sam a honey sandwich. He pointed to a picture in the book and showed Sam the caption. "In 1905, 11-year-old Frank Epperson was mixing his drink with a stick. He left it outside and forgot about it. It froze overnight and eureka! The ice block was invented." "Cool," said Sam. He thought for a moment. "Maybe I could invent something too," he said. "Something to stop your sister from throwing her food would be useful," Dad sighed. He pointed to Amy's honey sandwich on the floor. "Maybe she wants cheese instead of honey," said Sam. Dad buttered another piece of bread for Amy. He opened the cheese packet. "What are you going to invent, Sam?" he asked. Maybe I could invent a really cool machine so people can fly," said Sam. "I think that's what planes and helicopters are for," Dad pointed out. "Oh yeah," Sam blushed. "How about a special kind of door that opens by itself?" Dad shook his head. "That's been done too," he said. Amy's cheese sandwich flew past. It landed on the table next to the peanut butter jar. Dad sighed. "I know," said Sam. "How about something to help open really tight jars?" Dad opened a kitchen drawer. He showed Sam a funny-looking thing made of metal with a wooden handle. "Oh," said Sam. "Maybe there's no point in trying to think of a new invention," thought Sam. "Everything's already been invented." Dad lifted Amy out of the high chair and pulled her face. "I wish someone would invent a machine to change nappies," he said. "I'll be back in a few minutes. Why don't you start making yourself a sandwich for lunch tomorrow?" "Okay," said Sam, without taking his eyes off the book. It was fun finding out how everyday things came to be. Some things were invented for a special reason, like the internet. Others were invented just for fun. Sam was surprised to find that so many things had been invented by accident, like the ice block and the slinky toy. The book showed pictures of big inventions, like cars and electricity. It also showed pictures of small inventions. They were just as important. Sam tried to picture life without zips, sticky tape, or jars with screw-top lids. He couldn't imagine supermarkets without barcodes, offices without sticky notes, or teachers' desks without paper clips either. The more Sam found out about other people's inventions, the more he wanted to invent something important himself. When Amy crawled into the kitchen, Sam's mind was buzzing with ideas. "That's a funny-looking sandwich," laughed Dad. He pointed at Sam's plate. Sam looked down at the plate. He had been so busy thinking about inventions that, by accident, he had made a 3-story sandwich. It had 3 different fillings. The bottom layer had peanut butter, the middle one had honey, the top one had cheese. "I think we'd better throw it out and start again," said Dad with a laugh. Suddenly, Amy crawled towards Sam. She looked up and giggled. She pointed at Sam's sandwich. "Wait, Dad," said Sam. "I think she wants to try it." Sam and Dad watched closely as Amy took a bite of the funny sandwich. Her eyes grew wider and wider. She gurgled and flapped her arms with delight. "She likes it!" Sam grinned. They watched in amazement as Amy ate the whole sandwich. Then she licked her lips and pointed to the table for more. Sam and Dad looked at each other. Quickly, Sam made another peanut butter, honey, and cheese sandwich. He cut it and handed half to Dad. Dad chewed slowly. Then he raised his eyebrows and nodded. A huge smile spread across his face. "Wow, Sam," he said. "This is good, really good." Sam took the other half of the sandwich and had a small bite. He chewed it carefully. Suddenly, the most wonderful flavor filled his mouth. He couldn't explain it, but it was by far the most delicious thing he'd ever tasted. "It looks like you've invented something new after all," winked Dad. "And you showed me a good way to stop your sister from throwing her food." "Eureka!" cried Sam. "This could change school lunches forever!" "So, what are you going to call your new invention?" asked Dad. Sam thought hard. Then his face broke into a grin as he covered the plate with a paper serviette. He stood up and took a deep breath. "Please allow me to show you the super duper triple decker peanut honey cheese sandwich," he declared as he whipped the serviette away. Dad cheered and Amy clapped while Sam took a deep bow. Then Dad helped Sam pack a huge lunchbox full of newly invented super duper triple decker peanut honey cheese sandwiches to share with all his friends. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that you enjoyed this book.
Cảm ơn các bạn đã lắng nghe. Mong rằng các bạn cảm thấy thú vị khi đọc cuốn sách này cùng tụi mình. Cuốn sách nói Read Along Book này được thực hiện bởi Lotus Community, là một dự án thư viện phi lợi nhuận. Lotus Community mong muốn những cuốn sách tiếng Anh chất lượng tốt có thể tới tay mọi gia đình khắp đất nước Việt Nam. Để tìm hiểu thêm về dự án, các bạn vui lòng ghé qua lotuscommunity.org.vn nhé.